Hey, what's up? I'm Keith Irvin.
I'm Brock Shank.
Welcome to Hashtag Comedy Ain't Easy.
What are you all pumped up about?
Hey, I'm back at my alma mater, Sinclair College.
Oh, really? You?
Yeah, I got my master's here, man.
Masters in what?
Yeah, bowling. But it ain't about me. It's about us being here to go up and meet our friend, Mr. Mike Canestaro,
Bowling.
comedian professor. Dude,
Really? Bowling?
bowling, man. Come on, let's go. Bowling, baby. All right, Brock, we made it in.
We're alive.
Didn't get caught by the security or nothing, man. Ain't that sweet? Told you,
pretty sweet.
I'm the man. So anyway, hey guys, we're up here.
Right.
We're ready to talk to Mr. Comedian and Professor of Science. Welcome, Mr. Mike Canestaro.
What's up, guys? Nice to be here. Security will
Personal friend of mine,
be
too.
on their way. Don't touch my leg.
Call it security.
Be on their way. I called them.
Listen to his voice. He's got something. I don't know what it is. I appreciate it if you sit a little
I'm
further away.
going to talk like this because I'm coming down with a little
And then I
something.
left my water bottle in here, and there's a dent in the top, and no one will explain why. I hope it
I
wasn't
put
him
that
touching
dent-
it.
I put
don't
that
know what
dent in
and
there.
I don't trust you either. Mike, it's good to see you. It's been a while.
Good to see you, man. I put that dent in, but I won't say with what. But it's a small dent.
I've done a lot of shows with Mike Canestaro. Have you ever worked with him?
Oh yeah, many. He's
is a
my
wild
first.
dude.
Got me my first, I think, at Wiley's.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I used to
yeah.
run the open mic at
Yeah.
Wiley's, and so that's how I met Keith. And then you and I go back further than that from, Wiley's. You know,
Wiley's in the South Park Tavern when the guy tried to.
Oh yeah.
Mike Canestaro is not a violent man, but
I was so pissed at that.
I was doing a show like it's important, but a guy walked across the floor and started to pump money into the jukebox and was going to choose songs, and Mike was ready to kill the guy. He was sticking up for me. I thought it was funny. I didn't care.
Yeah, the guy I actually had to cool off. I had to go outside and cool off because I didn't want to, I didn't get a
That
fight.
one of them bar shows.
Yeah, he
bad
was
bar
ready.
shows.
Yeah, I told him I was going to rip his glasses off if he didn't get out of my face or something like that.
He
I
was
don't know.
going nuts. I said, I thought it was
Mike's
kind of a
not
funny
a violent
joke.
man, people.
I'm
saying.
not. I've been in like one fight my whole life.
Right.
And yeah, but I wanted to be in number 2 right
If
there.
I wouldn't have calmed him down, that would have been 2. So what have you been doing comedy-wise?
You know, I kind of, now that I'm not doing open mic anymore, I'm kind of just getting my one-night gigs here and there. I'm running Cat's Lounge every other month, and you know, just kind of a little bit more space in between my appearances, I guess.
Right,
There
you
you
say.
go.
Appearances.
Stretching it out, making one up more.
I did a show for, man, I went right from doing a roast of Cal Westray at Wiley's there. I went right to that, doing a show for millennials, and I was still feeling feisty and bitchy, you know? And then I ended up getting them. I ended up like watching everybody's face go blank as I did jokes about how the hurricanes didn't kill as many people. It just didn't work out that good.
That's
You know,
insensitive,
it's just
Mike.
a little insensitive for the younger
that's
guys,
too insensitive.
younger people. But
They-
yeah, I've been still getting out there as you guys are. So
Yeah.
enjoying it.
Mike has some great characters, man. What's your one
Oh man,
with
I
the
tell you
with
what.
the yellow?
Okay, look here. I'll give you the lineage.
All right, he's gonna give you the
I'll
rundown.
give you the
of it.
lineage of it. And running bar shows made me feel like
I
I
might
had
find
to.
a clip.
I had to.
You
That's
never
fine. You
know.
can do it. It's up there.
That would be good.
It
I
is.
miss Hazmat Man.
Hazmat Guy. It's Hazmat Guy did.
Hazmat Guy.
It was called Hazrap. He does. You go get some karaoke tunes and you play it into the sound system. But what happened is I ran a bar show before Cat's Lounge, and I needed to kick it in the pants right in the middle because just bar shows, you know, they're work.
Yeah.
You got to try to throw something in there as a diversion. So I started out with Hazmat Guy because my dad bought 13 hazmat suits at the dollar store. $13. He bought them so he could paint in them, but I got 2 of them, and I ended up getting 4 more just so I could decorate them, and then I had a hype man. But then I've done, I got, for a documentary I'm filming,
That's right, you had like a Flavor Flav to your...
Well, I had Travis Clyburn was my
Yes,
hype man,
that's
and then it was
right.
another Travis Small.
Yeah, Travis
So I went
Small.
through a couple hype men, but then I had a panda suit that I came across because I'm doing a documentary about people who wear costumes.
That's true. That's right.
Then I did a character that was based on the Father Time guy. It was called Uncle Eon. You guys might not have seen
I
that.
haven't seen that one.
But it was, you know, he was an old man comic and he had a cane and he kind of talked like this all the time. You know, I thought it was so,
like old man
I thought
style
that was
humor, yeah.
funny. You know, my wife died in a bizarre factory tour accident. She fell into a steaming vat of raspberry preserves. I still contend she was pushed.
That is
That's
all
awesome.
things old people, yes.
Yeah.
A
That's
vat,
awesome.
raspberry preserves. And what Mike means, to those of you guys watching, a bar show is people happen to be at a bar, all of a sudden the music stops, someone turns on a mic and they go, hey, we're having comedy.
Welcome to
Yeah, we're having comedy now.
Yeah.
Not everybody's signed up for
They're
that.
not
Yeah.
happy.
Whereas when you go to a comedy club, everybody understands what they're there for. That's the
Right.
whole point.
Yeah.
Bar shows can be a little different because a lot of the patrons that are there don't realize, oh my gosh, we're having that we wanted to catch up. We're talking about their college days.
I know.
And this guy's doing who knows what over here.
And
So
you know the difference is bar shows will pay you. You know, like you
Yeah,
can get a
bar
bar will pay you easier than a comedy club will pay you on a week on a week
That's true.
weekend night or any night. They
gotta-
want people in there, and a bar.
Tuesdays
will,
are dead. Bring your buddies in here, do some
That's right.
comedy. Let's see what we can do.
even on weekends, you know, frankly, comedy club be like, we got our headliner, we got our middle, we don't need
Yeah,
you.
they don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
that's-
but-
there's starting to be a lot of bar shows coming up on the weekends now.
Yeah, yeah, and
So
you know, it
now
was
it's not-
always kind of like, you know, the club owners in certain locales, not in Dayton. I think the club owners in Dayton are like, hey, get out there and get better.
Right. Yeah.
But in certain locations, like I come from upstate New York, there was a club near Syracuse that said if you ran a bar show within a 50-mile radius of that club, you were banned
Wow.
any night.
Ooh.
So that was really
Wow.
hardball. Yeah, that was
Now, were they bringing the comics in to get on their stage?
Yeah, you know, they had an open mic. By the way, the place is closed, so we could talk smack about it. It's called Wise Guys, but you know, it was
Wise Guys,
it
and
went
that's
out of
probably
The
business.
why
ones that
they're
are threatening,
closed.
threatening you.
I know, it was
Oh
like
yeah, it is
gangster.
New York. Hey,
But he's in Canestaro. Oh.
That's
There's
right.
a soprano going
Yeah,
on there.
I didn't even get stage time, and I'm Italian. You think
Yeah.
I would have to run the garbage over there or something just to get in with those guys?
No time with the wise guys.
No time.
And no bar
Just-
shows.
Yeah,
You
no
just had to
bar
get better in your room, like your mom's basement.
I think
or-
you just had to go and hang out there and then hope you get an MC spot and then wait and then I don't know how you get better. You go more than 50 miles
That's
away.
awful.
Yeah.
That was awful. And then, you know, Funny Bone moved in there and now they just went out of business. So it's kind of
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So-
So they encourage everybody, all the
Yeah.
local clubs around Dayton. I would say encourage everybody. And
Oh
they're-
yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
they want them to
there's
get
not
better.
that.
yeah. There's not a real, you know, and
Whole
it used
East
to be.
Coast, West Coast.
You
thing
guys
going
have
on.
heard about like certain towns. I won't say what town, but then they'd be like, you go do their show, you're banned from this club.
Right.
You know, so
I've heard of that.
you're either a blank or a blank.
Right.
So
and
if
you're
that-
not even getting paid or nothing. They
Yeah.
just want you on the.
And if that existed, that would be like, hey, you did Wiley's show, now you can't do the Bone, but they don't do that. Or if you did Funny Bone, you can't do Wiley's.
Right.
It doesn't exist, really,
Yeah.
you know?
Also, to people watching, the bar shows that we have around here, a lot of times are being headlined by the headliner that was at
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're getting
the
some big
Funny
names
Bone
in
or
them bars,
Wiley's.
yeah.
So go to there and support the comedy clubs for sure. But if you can't make it or you really like what you saw, grab some more of your friends from work and show up at the bar show on Monday because the
Good.
guy that was headlining that you'll never see again until next year is doing the bar show on
And
Monday.
it's usually only a couple of bucks, $5 or
Yeah,
$10
yeah.
to get in there. So you know, I mean,
$5
as
and see
opposed-
one of the funniest
and,
guys.
You know, the drinks are
Yeah.
not crazy expensive, and you don't have to get two. You can drink one, drink water, order
Yeah.
a pizza.
Right, there's
don't
no
order
minimum.
pizza.
Bring your
There's
friends,
no,
hang out.
There's no pressure.
Sandwiches, maybe there's sandwiches.
Except if a guy wants to play the jukebox, and then Mike's going.
And Michael,
They got
put you
sandwiches.
down.
So
he's-
Mike,
he's-
you said you're out of New York. So tell us how
How many people you
this
killed?
and you're in Sinclair and you're doing.
Okay, so here's the deal. Here's my history. I grew up. Everybody's like, New York, man. You're from New York. You know,
That's what I.
You talk a little different, man. No, but like I'm from a place in upstate New York that is so rural. It doesn't even have a name. Like, where are you from? I don't even have a name for where I am because it's that rural. It's not part of a town.
No name, New York.
It's in between two towns. It's in between a town called Owego and Endicott. It's nothing near New York City. There's more deer than people.
Between two towns.
Between two towns? I don't know.
New York.
I don't know what the, but so then I came out here because I got hired at Sinclair out of graduate school, and I was 25 years old and started teaching here. Hadn't done comedy yet. The most comedy I'd done has been like, you know, writing silly cartoons for the college newspaper and, you know, making stupid movies with a camcorder. And I never really had enough guts to get up in front of more than like a dorm room full of people and try to be funny. But I always got laughs just from 3 or 4 people.
Right.
You know? And so when I turned, like, in my late 30s, I started saying, you know, I got to do this because I was always a fan. I was always losing sleep because I'd stay up and watch the comedian on Leno, or it wasn't Leno, you know, on Johnny Carson.
Oh,
then
yeah,
I'd stay up and
way
watch the
back.
comedian on Letterman. They always make you wait to the end. And so I would always been a fan. I always been a fan. And so I 8 years ago, you know.
About the same time I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right
I
away.
waited
So
a
was
long
it at
time.
Wiley's?
At Wiley's
was
on
your
a
first
Sunday
time
night.
going out?
Sunday night, I went over my time. All my jokes were really hacky. They were kind of copies of other jokes. And they worked good, but that's just because I said, that joke, I'll twist it a little and make it my joke. No,
Okay.
that ain't my joke. So now it's kind of like, it's been more, like I got my own kind of material that doesn't have to be that, oh, I listen to this, and that's kind of cool concept. I think I'll try to, that's when you're insecure, you do that.
Yeah.
When you're insecure, you have to, you know, kind of not take your own thoughts. You have to kind of say, that worked
Work with
that
somebody
guy.
else's and then flip it.
Yeah, so that might have been like a couple years before I realized, and then still I make mistakes. Even I told you I made a mistake at that show I did like a week ago where I was feeling like I was trying to be angsty and thinking it'd be fun to make fun of the hurricane.
Right,
and then
right.
I'm in front of young people like, oh.
You're like,
They don't
what
think
the
it's funny.
hell?
They don't think
Generation X and older, we laugh at suffering,
Yeah.
but nobody younger does.
That's because the suffering has gotten better. I mean,
Yeah.
not better. It's gotten, it's the death tolls have not.
No. I know what you mean. I know what you
Yeah, I
mean.
know. I mean, it's probably not
The
something we
way
should
you
talk
put
about.
it. But
Suffering's
no,
gotten
it's funny.
better.
I used to do the same thing watching comedians. I had to go to bed at 9, but I would sit there like a prisoner holding a mirror. I would literally lay on my bedroom floor, and if I held a mirror, I could see my parents' TV, and I could hear it. So I would just hold this mirror like a little
was
inmate laying there in my
same
tidy
way.
whities.
Except mine was with porn, but
Yeah.
same difference.
Well, that's what we're going to do later. Is we're going to do some of that.
Oh,
Some
yeah,
porn.
we got to.
Debbie does density, right? We're going to
Debbie
do
does
Debbie does density.
We are
We're
going to
in
do
a-
a little experiment. Mike's going to hook us up. We're going
Yeah,
to
it's going to have fire in it.
have fire, and we might blow
I'm
one of his
excited.
fingers
gonna-
off or something.
Yeah, I won't. Well, I don't think we'll hurt ourselves. We could, and you'll get it on film if we do hurt
Oh
ourselves.
yeah, the YouTube.
Probably not.
YouTube.
So we're gonna do some redneck stuff, but it's not redneck because
We'll
he's
talk
a
about the
scientist.
Right,
science
this is-
behind the redneck stuff that we're doing.
Nice.
Yeah, but
I'm
it's pretty
excited
redneck.
about
Though.
it.
Yeah,
So are we good? We're going to do it?
yeah. I guess so. Did we fill up our time yet? I don't think we did.
No.
No, we got like.
No, we got.
Oh yeah, we got
I-
plenty.
we
of
got
time.
8 minutes.
I wanted to ask you, was there
Yeah.
something? Because we got a movie going together. That's
Yep.
part of the Find Eddie that we
Oh,
talked to.
that's right.
And some of the stuff you did in Find Eddie, you played who?
I played Detective Doyle, and I was kind of I was a cop who really got off his path. You know, I guess I would say. I'd say it was kind of, but I was also the nervous one. So my partner was Ron Clyburn, and he was kind of like, wow, that's how it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, what are you doing? You're screwing up. So I'd be the nervous guy with the high-pitched voice, and Ron's kind of like, you know, he's like, so it was kind of a good, you know, yin and yang.
Yeah,
like a
more
nice
gruff.
And
mix.
but we, you know, we weren't into anything good. You
Yeah,
know,
that
we
was
weren't-
fun. That was
we-
fun.
It was fun. I
That was fun
had to have a
watching.
little altercation with Brock for a little bit there. You know,
Yeah.
it was kind of like
Shove me around a little bit.
Shove you around
Put
a
a
little
gun
bit.
on me.
put a gun on him.
Right.
Yeah, it felt
I
good.
can't wait to see
He
this.
felt
It's
like a
gonna be
dirty
good.
cop.
So
He
good.
felt dirty and bad.
I felt dirty. I even, you know, Corey, I picked out my clothes and I'm like, you know, what tie do you like, Corey? You know, and I had a nice tie. And then I had a tie that looked like something from the 80s, and Corey's like, "That's the tie." 'Cause
Yeah.
You haven't bought a tie in like 15 years.
Like the
Like
department said you had to wear one.
divorced detective with
Yeah, exactly.
black
It was
and-
like, the button-down collar, like everything out of style that was like from 10 years ago. And Corey's like, "I like that outfit because, that's kind of like, you don't
wouldn't
want
dress the greatest.
you don't want to wear this tie."
It puts me in mind of when I seen the clip of Columbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I know we got trench coats on.
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah.
Columbo-like.
Yeah,
Little
kind of
Columbo-ish.
a typical
Like
old
these two
guy.
cops watch
Yeah.
too much TV,
Yeah.
and their clothes were bad. And if they ever got 10 grand in cash, which they did because they're dirty, they didn't spend it on clothes. They blew it on stuff.
Yeah, we blew it on their stuff,
They
yeah.
didn't need drugs
At
and
the
stuff
casino.
like
And actually, I'm always sipping on a flask, so I need my trench coat just to keep my flask. I think it's just a
that.
flask holder,
Basically.
you know?
Yeah.
So I'm sipping whiskey on the job in a flask. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
That's going to be a good movie. That's in editing. And but I wanted to ask you a few other things. You were in a Subaru commercial. How'd you get that?
I was.
He was. He was.
Really?
Yeah, he was in a Subaru commercial.
Well,
Like, how?
I got to tell you, it's all about knowing people. And what happened is the guy who I met from doing other films, besides Brock's, I did a couple other films through a guy named Henrik Cuto. And I guess I just fit this profile of, here's what they wanted. They wanted Yellow Springs corporate. That's what they wanted.
Yellow Springs.
They
corporate.
wanted a guy who would look like he lived in Yellow Springs but had some disposable income. So, of course, I'm white and middle-aged. And I'm driving a Subaru, and I had to just drive it. And what they did is they didn't like my voice. I did all the voiceover, and then they didn't like my voice too squeaky. And so it's kind of like where I'm going like, sometimes things don't always go as planned. That's why I bought but then you go and you watch the commercial, and the first time I watched it, I was like, sometimes things don't go as planned.
I was like,
I'm like,
that's
not
definitely
even-
not Mike.
Can't you tell
I'm
by
definitely looking that one up to throw in the clip
Yeah.
for that.
No,
that's
that's good.
hilarious.
You're actually going to see
Yeah,
me.
remember his voice now, and then watch the.
I did some other things for Think TV. I actually have a science series that it was on through the college here. And we just formed a partnership with Think TV, so you're going to see 30-second spots of me on 14 and 16 saying, go watch my web series, which is on one of their websites.
And your name is?
Science with Mike.
Science
and
with
so it's going to be streaming through a couple of PBS's websites, one just for kids to get into science careers, and then another one to sort of help teachers. So if they need a clip on this thing we're going to do later,
Oh, that is
which
cool.
actually is not really educational. It actually is one of Newton's laws. We're going to, the equal opposite
There's got to be
reaction.
something behind it.
Yeah, well, there'll be some
I don't know
science.
what
You'll
it's
see.
called.
It's coming up in about 5 minutes. Anyhow.
Yeah.
But if they want a clip on that, then PBS can make a clip of it for teachers, and it can be like the whoosh bottle for people who are too scared to do it in the classroom and don't want to hurt children.
Yeah, but that's not us.
Well, we're going to hurt ourselves.
Kind of like a
with it.
learning tool, though, for
different.
real, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
for-
So there's some learning clips
for
in there.
teachers
What I
and-
tried to do is make every 2 minutes. It's kind of like doing comedy, except you got science in there and fire, so you don't have to make a joke every 15 seconds.
Right, yeah.
Right.
And all my jokes had to be like squeaky clean.
Yeah,
So every 2 minutes I tried to stick a joke in there somehow.
yeah. But your ultimate is to get the point across about,
Get the point across, but the best way to get the point across is be funny.
yeah.
I mean, that's the best
Yeah,
way to teach.
people remember that.
You remember stuff that was funny.
I
And
remember
so-
Bill Cosby's whole album when I listened to him as a kid. Like, I had it memorized, and I did it for the kids at camp, have everybody laughing. Just like memorizing a song. If it's making you laugh,
Yeah,
you
it's the
memorize
same thing, yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I
you
had
got the
that.
timing down and
Exactly
everything.
right.
Yep. I had a lot of Cosby stuff on 45, or on the big disc.
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah.
vinyl.
The album.
On vinyl.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to
Album
say.
is
Big
a-
disc.
Big disc. I don't even know what to call it.
He's
It's
a
made of
scientist,
plastic.
yeah.
Vinyl. You
Getting
gotta say
those
what chemical
fancy
it's made out of.
new technology terms.
Yeah. When's Debbie coming anyhow? Debbie.
I don't.
Right. Oh, she's coming after I get home.
Cool.
So you also, here you have like a little green thumb there going on. Tell us about
I
your,
do have a garden. When I go and recede into my daily life, I just go dig in dirt and plant vegetables, and I try to make. I try to do Facebook Lives of it. But I do
I
have
check
a
out your
garden.
garden all the time. I do.
Yeah, I like it.
I do have a garden, and I like to. It's a really cool thing. I would suggest doing it if you got a chance, but it takes a lot of time. But man, I tell you, I really enjoy it. It makes me cool down. You kind of, hey, I put the seed in the ground. And now the stuff grows, and I can eat it, and I don't have to go to Whole Foods and pay $4 a pound for it.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of cool thing to do.
There's some good healthy stuff out there too. That like if I go and I catch fish and I'm eating that, and then I have something out of the garden, I'm like, I provided food for myself for this whole meal. That's kind of satisfying.
I think it's kind of part of getting old too. You want to kind of like be the prepper guy. You know, you kind of like, what happens if the super volcano happens? Will I have enough food? You know, and so you got that.
I'm going to be screwed. I'm not even going to lie.
You got
I
your
don't
hazmat
fish.
suit.
I don't.
I got 2 hazmat suits. I got a gas mask.
I got you covered.
I got a gas mask. I was going to have hazmat guy have a gas mask. You can't talk through those things, man.
No.
Oh yeah, no, you can't.
So there's like you can't even like hold a microphone there. You know, it ain't working, so that didn't happen.
So are you a soil sample guy, or you just put some fertilizer on and go?
Yeah, I don't even do fertilizer, man. I got a big old compost. I don't even have a compost pile like because I'm a hipster and I want to be all. I just don't like throwing crap away. So I got all this food going to waste, and there's a big head of lettuce that's rotting because my kids don't eat vegetables. I throw it on the compost pile, and then it becomes dirt in like 6 months. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Eggshells, you throw
Really
that
good
crap
dirt.
in. Yeah,
Really?
it's you don't even need fertilizer. You know, you don't. I mean, you just go throw all your eggshells, your coffee grounds, man. I mean, I can't. I want to go to like some coffee house and just you got any coffee grounds,
Just
man?
dig in the trash can.
That's the best fertilizer right
Really?
there. Yeah, lots of nitrogen in that, but you know, that's the deal. You don't even need
laugh
fertilizer.
and learn.
Yeah, don't do. People make it all Star Warsy, like, oh my God, you need more magnesium.
Dramatize
man.
it up. And,
Yeah, just the stuff grows. It doesn't matter what you do.
They got to sell you on it, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they don't need to go get that Miracle Grow stuff that's like $8 for a cubic foot or something.
Right.
Dirt works, man.
Just
Dirt
dig
works.
in somebody's trash can.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
And I started searching the garbage everywhere. I'm going to do it later here tonight.
All right.
Take it
I
home.
want to do this experiment.
We're going to do
Yeah,
it.
we're going to
I
do the
wanna learn
experiment.
something.
Can I tell you what the experiment is?
Yeah, tell us about it.
Educate
We're
us a
gonna
little bit.
take a big water bottle size, like the industrial size water bottle you'd use like at a, you know, the kind of water cooler you say by.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna fill it with isopropyl alcohol. It's gonna make a bunch of vapor. It's gonna fill up with vapor, and if you light it right near the mouth, it makes a whoosh sound, and flames will come out. We should probably even turn the lights out.
Isopropyl, that's just what you like clean a cutout with or whatever, right?
That's 70% isopropyl. That burns way slower. We're going to do 100% isopropyl, and it's going to be like a rocket engine coming out. And then because of Newton's laws, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. We're going to put it on the floor. And then I think you two guys should drag race each other. And what we should do is we'll put it on the floor. It'll shoot across the floor like a rocket. And then these tiles are like 2 feet each. And so we'll be able to measure how far it goes based on how many tiles it goes.
You ready?
Cool, yeah.
You probably won't get
lose?
hurt. You probably
now
won't
if
get
the
hurt.
lights go out and I'm not there when they come back on,
Keith, you'll be fine.
I'm just saying they done something to me. So
Yeah.
we're going to go set this up. All right, here we go. What you got, Mike?
This is isopropyl alcohol, not the stuff you get in the pharmacy.
Looks different than at home. This is the real 100%.
This is 100%, man. This is some good hooch, but you can't drink it. Actually make you sick. So what we're going to do, we're going to take 25 milliliters. We're going to measure that out real careful.
I'm watching too. I don't want less in mine.
Now, actually,
I want the whole deal.
you want a lot of air in there too. So you're going to make that
Should
nice.
I take this one off,
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah. Not like that. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to use that fire blanket, those wet, gooey blankets. I'm going to wrap one of you. You'll be like a big gummy bear.
Oh, dang. That's a pipette that came out. Never mind. That doesn't.
Go easy.
No, you want just about that. You know, and so this 25 milliliters will fill about 25 liters when it becomes
Okay,
a
you got
gas.
some spillage on the outside. That's all right.
That's okay. Yeah, it might burn somebody, but it'll be kind. It'll be good for your ratings. So now what we're going to do, maybe Keith, you could help me. We're going to just kind of spin it. Keep that stopper real tight.
Okay.
Spin it the other way, like this. No, that's the wrong way. Oh, just kidding. It doesn't matter.
I'm like thinking, I'm not a scientist, but that doesn't seem like it matters.
All right, so this is going to take like 3 minutes of this, and so we'll just let it go, and we'll catch you on the runway, man.
Okay.
We'll let it sit for a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to light this. This is what we call in science a candle on the end of a stick.
I come from a family that believes we can squint ourselves safe. We don't wear safety glasses.
Well, you're going to get the heck out of there soon.
Squint.
Let me get this going a little bit more. Okay, Brock, get rid of that stopper and then get out of there. Oh, it sounds good when you does
Oh
that.
yeah, it's breathing.
When it's dizzy. Okay, here, get out of there.
Let it rip.
Whoa!
Dude, that was hot.
Oh,
It
I
went all
don't
the
think
way
I
to the
want to
end of
do
the-
this.
It went all the way to my pants.
I told you to get out of there.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I mean, I did get
You
outside.
got-
Keith, you're next.
You got right behind it.
Well, dude, I
I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Come on before the police come.
All right, hurry up,
4th of
for security.
July.
I'm just kidding. The police ain't coming. They're used to me doing this stuff. All right, Keith. We're gonna see if you can beat
Watch
Brock.
that
but
mic
Brock's
cord.
went
Watch
all
that
the way
mic
to the
cord.
end.
Huh? Oh yeah, believe me, I'm going back that way.
All right,
Better
Keith,
come to me.
Get
I
rid
mean-
of that stopper.
I mean, stay
Huh?
away
Go
from
ahead
me.
and take that stopper out.
Yeah, and keep away from me.
Okay.
I win. I win.
No, because I hit.
Fire.
Where you gonna put that out?
Fire.
Yeah, I'll put that out. It'll go out by itself. It'll run out of here.
Oh man, science is kind of cool. It
That
smells like
is
burnt
kinda
arm
cool.
hair. Is
Told ya.
science supposed to smell like burnt arm hair?
Is that mine? Oh Lord,
That's something.
but that was pretty cool. We still riding, right? That was pretty cool.
Man, that was
Let him
fun.
get
and
that out.
we learned something.
We're gonna shout it out.
You got a cloud in there. That's a lot of water vapor. That feels pretty warm. And I'm glad you guys didn't
Wow,
die.
that's cool.
That was awesome.
Cool. Yeah, just
Oh yeah.
that's
All
clean.
right, fist bump for both
Yeah.
of you because you're sick and you are.
And I don't
you're a
touch people.
Fist bump for all you
Hey,
guys.
thank
you,
you guys
Dayton.
for tuning in to hashtag Comedy Ain't Easy. I'm Keith Irvin.
I'm Brock
My
Shank.
co-host Brock Shank, and our guest comedian slash
I'm Mike.
professor of knowledge,
Mike.
Smartest guy I know.
Mr. Mike
not that smart.
Canestaro. See you guys. Watch the
I
show.
like my mic and not smart.
See you on the next one.
Word.